Hello there, this video is about economies and diseconomies of scale. In fact, it's mostly about diseconomies. It follows on from the Learn Loads video called Economies of Scale, which lots of you seem to have liked. The video you're watching now is therefore imaginatively called Economies of Scale Part 2. So, to sum up from the first video, economies of scale are about the benefits that a business gains from increasing levels of output. We can think about what are known as technical, specialization, and purchasing economies. The idea is not just about higher sales leading to higher profits, it's also about benefiting from the cost savings, in other words, economies, that production on a large scale brings. Being able to access lower prices from suppliers because you are buying in bulk is one example. What are diseconomies of scale? Too much of something can be a bad thing. As an organization gets bigger and bigger, the business becomes a bit cumbersome. Diseconomies cause inefficiency and increased unit labor costs. Particular diseconomies are to do with communication and coordination problems. Let's look at each of these two in turn. First of all then, communication problems. As business grows, it will inevitably increase the number of people employed. To keep the business running smoothly, the organization structure will have to change at some point. There'll be an increase in the number of managers and the number of levels. You have to do this, as the original management team can no longer oversee everything, but too many layers of management can reduce labor productivity. This can happen in various ways. For instance, the team spirit of a small business can be lost. For instance, senior management don't know each employee personally. Staff feel demotivated because they feel that managers are unaware of the problems that they're facing at lower levels. Or information and instructions become distorted as they travel through different levels within the organization. In organizations spread across a big geographical area, there's a particular danger that not everyone understands what they're supposed to be doing. Or decision making takes too long. It takes longer to gather the information needed to make decisions in a big company, and there are probably more people involved in decision making. Secondly, coordination problems. As a business expands and creates new departments, there's a danger that different groups operate in different ways. The directors of multi-site companies could find it harder to control and coordinate different groups of staff because of different management styles and different organizational cultures. An Indian factory is very different from a French factory, for instance. This is a common problem when businesses merge. For example, when the Spanish-based bank Santander bought UK banks like Alliance and Leicester, they had problems persuading UK staff to accept they'd have to work in different ways. It was hard to integrate Alliance and Leicester into Santander. It's worth noting that diseconomies can be a problem even as a business continues to make savings from economies of scale. In other words, there's not necessarily some specific number of employees or whatever where economies of scale no longer arise. It's more a question of managing and minimizing diseconomies as your company grows. So, how can problems with communication and coordination be minimized? Analyzing the organization design is important. Do we have the right organization structure for the new bigger company, for example? The use of IT solutions like Skype and teleconferencing help people communicate more effectively. If a big organization seems a bit impersonal, using appraisal systems where each employee meets his or her manager to discuss progress from time to time is a way of helping staff see that their efforts are valued and the problems they face are understood. One way to reduce coordination problems might be through budgets. Managers in different sites have to focus on company policies. If they only get funded for doing things that are in line with corporate objectives. So, to sum up, diseconomies of scale are the inefficiencies and higher labour costs that arise from getting bigger. Particular problems arise around communication, number one, and number two, coordination. Economies and diseconomies of scale can arise at the same time, and managers need to find ways of tackling diseconomies of scale. Oh, just one more thing. Have a look at the brand new Learn Loads Business ebooks. At less than £7, the Year 1 book for AQA Business is far more than a revision book. It's concise, readable, and matches the current AQA AS level business. If you get the free Amazon Kindle app, Learn Loads ebooks work well on a phone, tablet, or laptop. It's easy to find the topic or business term you need, and it includes a number of web links to videos in this YouTube channel, the Learn Loads channel. If you want, the 6 parts of this Learn Loads ebook can be purchased for £1.99 each. That's just £2 per half term. To find out more, visit learnloads.com and click Student Books, or search Learn Loads on Amazon. It's all there. Thanks a lot. Bye.